Okay, today we're shaking things up and breaking free from the same old routine. Like Groundhog Day. You know that movie where it just repeat, everything is just the same until you lose your mind. Ever feel like you're stuck in a rut? Feeling blah about your body, your energy, even your mindset, or just like what your life is these days? Well, buckle up because today we're going to have some fun. I'm going to talk about simple shifts that lead you to big changes without spending hours at the gym or living on kale. Yep, totally possible. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the routine rut. You know, midlife can feel like you're stuck on autopilot, doing the same things, eating the same food, and then wondering, like, why is my life so boring? Or why is nothing changing? You've been there, right? Especially when you have more time, like when your kids are gone and now you have more time to examine your life. What is going on here? What's my purpose? What's everything about? And honestly, it's not your fault. You haven't done anything wrong. It's just life. That's just how life goes. We're creatures of, we want to know what's going on. We're creatures of habit. But also we desire change as well. So we're kind of like, give me a little change, but not too much change, not big, scary change. But here's the thing, we have the power to shake things up. Sometimes it's like the smallest little shift that makes the biggest difference. Like we need to start breaking those same patterns that just keep us in the stuck zone. It could be as simple as like swapping out your usual breakfast for something packed with energy, or changing your morning routine. Small but mighty little things consistently done will make big changes down the road. Question everything like, why do I even eat breakfast? Or why do I eat this for breakfast? It's just a habit. We're not aware of why we're doing something. We want to be conscious of all the things and then ask, are they serving us? Can we get rid of them? Could we change it out for something even better that serves us even more? You know, it's midlife when your idea of excitement is rearranging your Tupperware cabinet and realizing that you're missing a lid. Oh my gosh. I actually literally just rearranged my Tupperware drawer. It was like so satisfying to have everything in its place. But seriously, routines can be helpful, but when they keep us from growing and changing, then it's time to switch things up. Okay, let's talk about those shifts. One of the biggest changes you can make, mindful eating. It's not about cutting things out. It's about adding in the good stuff. So instead of thinking about like restrictive, think of additive. What can I add in? What's more of those healthy foods that I can add in? Think nutrient-dense foods that make you feel energized and full. You can eat a ton of it, so you never have this lack or restriction. Trust me, nobody's having fun on a celery stick diet. Am I right? So how about focusing on eating foods that fill you up without you feeling deprived or that you have to count calories or only eat so much? What if you could just listen to your body's cues? Because our body is designed to tell us when we've had enough. And when we do small things like when we consciously eat, when we chew our food, and when we sit down and just focus on eating, and when we put our fork down between bites, and we eat whole clean foods. If you just eat whole clean foods, and if you've taken, okay, this is where calorie density comes in. This is my philosophy. This is what I teach all of my clients. This is how you can eat more and lose weight, by eating whole clean foods and go heavy on the veggies. Be mindful, like know that you're eating this food to nourish your body. And if you're not eating because you're hungry, then you're eating because you're bored or you're emotionally triggered. So you always want to be just listening to your body's cues. And a lot of the times when I work with my clients, it's a matter of actually learning what your body's hunger cues are, because we're nature, our body's nature, and it's designed to be, hey, we're low here, We need more energy. We need more fuel to sustain us, to nourish these cells, to build some mitochondria. That's what our body's designed to do. So if we're not questioning these things, like, why am I eating? Should I just change everything up? I remember I used to just eat breakfast because that's just what I did when I was little. I always had to have breakfast. It was like the most important meal of the day, but now I never eat breakfast. I'm not hungry. My body doesn't need it. I don't eat my first meal of the day till 10 or 11 o'clock. And when I work with my clients, we find their protocol because everybody is so different. Some people need to eat breakfast, and so they should. But it's what they're eating that makes all the difference and why they're eating it. And so we want to be curious about this and question everything that we do. And let's be real. Exercise, it doesn't have to be punishment. I've noticed that midlife women, myself included, I used to be hardcore. I used to love boot camps. I did CrossFit for a year every single day. Like, I love that kind of stuff. But as my body changes, I don't crave that anymore. I like to chill out a little bit, and I like to enjoy what I'm doing. So you don't have to kill yourself at the gym. Who decided that anyway? You don't have to be in the gym for hours. Just try moving in a way that feels fun for you. It's literally move your body for 30 minutes every single day. And as a bonus, if you want to hack your metabolism, just go for a quick 10-minute walk right after you eat. But you got to move your body. So maybe you're like having a dance party in the kitchen, or you go for a quick little walk, or you garden. Seriously, if you're doing the dishes and you throw in a few squats, call it a workout, boom, fitness hack of the day. I used to be a personal trainer, and now I just can't lift weights. This has left me. I never loved it. I always loved doing boot camps and functional fitness, but I just can't do it. So now what I do is I bring my weights into my room with me, and just throughout the day, I'll throw in some reps, or I'll do some squats, or I'll do some core just throughout my day, but I'm not going down like I have a gym in my house. I have weights in my house. I don't go there and do a workout. In between working tasks, I'll throw in some reps. I'll do some shoulder presses. I'll do some push-ups. I'll do some bicep curls. And this is how I do it, because otherwise I won't do it at all. I'm like, I just can't. Right? So it's like, we got to figure out creative ways to flip this script and switch things up a little bit. So this brings me to like the biggest game changer, mindset. How many of us are walking around with thoughts like, I'm too old for this, or it's too late for me to change. Just leave me here. Go on without me. Not today, my friend. Did you know we have around 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day going on in this brain? And 80% of them are the same ones we had yesterday. Yeah, no wonder we feel stuck. We're on autopilot. We don't even know that we're having the same thoughts that we had yesterday. And remember, our brain is designed to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and conserve energy. And so if we think something over and over, our brain just will put it on autopilot because it's just a repetition. So anything that we do often, our brain does automatically, and then boom, it goes into our subconscious, and now we're not even aware that that's running. If I was to ask you about how you feel about money and all that, I bet we could trace it down to, your parents' thoughts and beliefs. Let's question all of that. Let's shake it up. We want to turn midlife into like a snow globe and just take it and shake the crap out of it. Then just watch everything fall and see what cool new landscape that we've created for ourselves. It's time to, flip the script. Instead of thinking I'm too old to start that hobby, think a thought like, I'm just getting started. We've spent too much time thinking, about what we can't do. And now it's time for us to focus on what we can do. If you start a new hobby, you're going to just naturally get better at it. That's why I love tennis, is because I never really played tennis, and now I just started. And so every time I play, I get better and better, and I like to see improvement. But if I was to go and try and play soccer, which I played all growing up and was really good at it, I would never be that good at it. I would be like, oh, I would feel old. I can't even run and kick because my knee. So I took up a new sport. And then I have this new feeling about it. I have this new thought about it. It's like, ooh, I could get better every single time I play. And I used to be super competitive. And now my thinking is, when I play tennis, I'm not trying to win. I'm not focused on the score. I'm focused on me making a better shot this opportunity than I did the last opportunity. It's like, who even am I? Because I'm like, I want to win. But now I'm really focused on improvement. Every shot is a new opportunity for me to get better. And so instead of focusing on, did we beat them? Because I always play doubles. I'm focusing on, ooh, how could I have done that better? How could I like put it over there with a little bit of spin instead? And now it's like me versus me, or me cheering me on. So it totally changes everything, my perception of all of it. And that's how I'm showing up for everything in midlife. Oh, how can I learn and grow from this? How can I do it a little bit better this time for me? I mean, honestly, you can catch yourself saying like, well, that's just how it is now about everything, from, knees getting sore to your Wi-Fi connection. But it doesn't have to be this way. The best way to create more awareness in midlife is to be mindful. Whatever you focus on, wherever you put your awareness, wherever you put your energy and attention, you create more of it. So if you're thinking, I'm bad at this, you're just putting out the badness. But if you're thinking, I'm improving every single shot, that's what I think. Every single shot, I'm getting better. And that's what I create for myself. I just finished reading this amazing book called The Mindful Body. And it's full. She's a Harvard PhD, and she studies psychology, and she just does all of these scientific studies where time and time again it proves that you can change your results not only in your external world, but in your physical body. You can change your physical body by being mindful, by intentionally thinking certain things, by intentionally putting your focus somewhere. Not only, okay, you might want to sit down for this one, but not only can you change your outside world, your results, and your inside, you can change your physical body by doing this. You can also change other people's physical body. It is crazy. She's done so many studies, and some of the studies were they were seeing how somebody who didn't know what was going on was reacting to a person who was extremely mindful to that person. So if I'm being super mindful for you, and then they test you after, your results improve. Not because they were mindful, but because I was mindful of them. Because it's energy. Everything is energy. This is why I just get so excited, is because we are in control of all of this. I think a lot of us live our lives just thinking things are happening to us and this is just the way it is. But I want to empower you to question everything, be curious about everything, and to ask yourself, what's possible? A lot of the times, we don't know what's possible because we don't even dare to dream about it. It's not even in our awareness. And I've always wanted to do really cool new things, and especially after reading this book. Now I know that every time I intentionally, mindfully create something in my brain, I'm creating something even bigger than I could ever possibly imagine. And so I keep asking myself, and what else is possible with this? Now that I know this, what else can I do with this? And I'm sharing it with you because I want you to get on the bandwagon too. I want you to be asking, what else is possible for me? Because we started this podcast with like being stuck, same old, same old. Yeah, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. So if you don't want to get what you've gotten, you've got to do something different. And there's one of my absolute favorite quotes is from Henry Ford, I think. And he says, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. And that just sums it all up. So let's really do our homework. Let's be mindful of everything and everyone and watch the magic. Like everything around you will change when you're mindful of everything. And I've been super mindful of nature lately, and it is blowing my mind. Another thing we want to be mindful of is if we're experiencing something, and this is straight from the book. If we're experiencing something and it's like an illness or an injury or aches and pains, it's not, the aches and pains, they're not always there. And so when we're mindful, if we just kept checking in on these things, we'll notice that probably more often than not, it's not, that pain is not there, that thing is not there. But we just kind of put a label on it and then leave it as that. But the more we check in on ourselves, the more we find it's not always like that, and we can control it and we can change it with our mind. I know I get so excited when I talk about this because it's just something that you can do and it's free. All you have to do is understand the concept and be inspired that you can change your life and create whatever you want. So here is another little secret. Celebrating small wins is how you keep the momentum going. When was the last time you gave yourself like a pat on the back for something simple, like drinking that extra glass of water, taking a 10-minute walk, and then just high five yourself because, hey, that's a win. When I was studying my holistic nutrition, when I took my holistic nutrition training, my teacher was so amazing. He's a naturopathic doctor. And he would always say, you got to high five yourself, girl. And he would say, literally give yourself a high five. And every time I would do that, I just laughed out loud. Like it was just such a great way to celebrate. And it instantly made me feel good. So, I celebrated yesterday for remembering why I walked into the kitchen. Right? That's what we call midlife wins right there. So sometimes it's the small stuff that keeps us going. So don't forget to celebrate all of it, every single last drop of it. So here's the takeaway. You've got everything you need to make midlife your best chapter yet. It doesn't take huge sweeping changes, just small shifts that add up to big results when you consistently take them over and over and over again. Whether it's tweaking your routine, trying new foods, or shifting your mindset, you're on your way to the healthiest, happiest version of yourself. And now it's your turn. I want to hear your biggest midlife win this week. What are you celebrating? Whether it's a mindset shift, or a new food you've tried, or just showing up for yourself. Share with me because I love, 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 love hearing your stories. So the takeaway from all of this is simple. It's never too late. Now is your time. If you can think it in your brain, you can create it in your life. Whatever you think you are, you're so much more than that. Now go make midlife magic happen. Thank you for listening. Always, always, always love yourself first and have an amazing day.